I'm Matt.
I'm Shane.
And if you like what you hear, make sure you hit that thumbs up button real hard, and make sure you subscribe to Comic Movie Marks.
And also click that little bell for all of the notifications.
Whee!
Always remember,
if Trailer Trash can do it,
anyone can do it.
Hello and welcome everyone to another Comic Movie Marks video.
A great post from Zack Snyder came out 12 hours ago as we are recording this. He is on vacation. It's nice to see him. He is checked in at the Hotel del Coronado, Windsor Lawn and Cottage. It's great to see him out, kind of enjoying life. He had quite a bit of, or a couple pictures today, not quite a bit, but 3 pictures that he posted today. So it's cool to see him out there, you know, out on vacation.
With his kids, yeah. You know, having fun. So we thought this would be a great time to talk about the room rates for the Hotel del Coronado. So I'm looking at this. They got a flexible rate for a queen size room of $594 a night.
Ooh, Zack is a big spender.
Hell yeah. Well, I'm sure he went for the breakfast package here, which includes $654 a night.
Okay,
for
an extra $50, you get a bagel, some frosted flakes, and a carton of milk. Nice.
Maybe some non-dairy cream cheese.
Yeah, there you go. I wonder if they have the waffle maker. You know, the one where they have like the cups of the batter and you pour it into the waffle maker, you flip it. There's usually a long ass line and everyone's getting pissed because it's one waffle maker for like 50 people. And you're all like scrounging. I'm sure that's what it has.
There's the Victorian Resort with a king size bed. We're looking at $754 a night with breakfast.
Wow.
More prices available.
Holy
here.
Shit.
Oh, best of California. Ooh.
It looks like Zack he's enjoying his time. He's out at the pool kicking what looks like a Coors Light can right into a trash can, possibly. So maybe he's a Bud Light fan because Coors Light doesn't pay him nothing. I don't know.
I'm going to go home tonight. I'm going to drink a Coors Light. That's a Coors Light because Bud Light won't pay me nothing.
We got Ocean View, the Tower Cabin with 2 queens. Real quick, I just want to point this one out. $1,094 a night with breakfast.
Whoa. Holy shit. Okay.
Oh, it only goes up even more. Hold on. Let me just...
Zack, in comparison, is a budget spender. So good for him. I like his style.
I just love the fact that this hotel costs more than my mortgage. Anyway, the most expensive one, because I'm sure people are dying to know, is $2,454 a night, breakfast included. That's the Ocean View Victorian Signature Suite with a king-size bed.
Wow.
This is like Home Alone and shit. When he
oh my God.
I want a little fridge.
Please, with an extra large bed, a TV, and one of those little refrigerators you have to open with a key.
And then the last picture that Zack had posted, which this would piss me off, he creates this beautiful sand sculpture of an octopus, a squid, I don't fucking know the difference, and he says instantly destroyed when the kids got back from their walk. No! I'd be fucking pissed. Like, what the hell, you assholes? Actually, you know what that reminds me of?
They're WB.
Okay, that's better than my story.
He turns around, he comes back, and bam, it's all this shit.
That's fucking destroyed. Oh shit. Okay, well, my story that I was gonna talk about was, you remember when we're probably like 16 years old and we're at a local bowling alley, and we're a bunch of idiots bowling next to this real nice old guy who's bowling a perfect game. and he's just practicing. And we decided to be a bunch of jackasses. It was Matt, myself, and one of our friends from high school. And we decide, let's bowl 3 balls at the same time or consecutively. So I think, I can't remember the exact order, but one of us, I go first, and then our friend, and then you. Were you last? I don't really remember.
No, I don't think I was last.
Okay, so then it was our friend who messed it up, but someone, I'm assuming it's our friend, runs and hucks his ball. He's the last one. It shoots off of the gutter and into the next lane, ruining the guy's perfect game. And we're like, holy fuck. I can't believe we did that. We were watching him the whole time, like how he was bowling, like, holy shit, this guy's bowling a perfect game.
He was like 5 or 6 racks in, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So, several frames in, and
yeah, there you go, frames. That's the best.
and we ruined it. And he couldn't be any nicer. I could not believe that he's like, oh, no big deal. We were broke kids offering to buy him another game, and not that we had the money anyways. I'm sure we somehow snaked our way into the game that we were playing, but we felt like complete assholes. And then he was so nice that it made us wonder, like, he must fucking do that all the time. He must always bowl a perfect game. Like, I would be pissed. I would have whooped my own ass if I ruined a perfect game. Like, holy shit. So that's what it reminded me of, but your comparison was better and honestly more accurate.
So that's really as much as we can cover on this one. He's celebrating vacation in Hotel del Coronado. It just happens to be 15 minutes outside of San Diego Comic-Con. So, next news. So, obviously, if you've made it through the 5 minutes that we just totally fucked around on, a lot of people now are speculating because he is there during the week of Comic-Con, and he's 15 minutes out from the convention center. Shane and I have normally not talked about these things. Like, when Zack Snyder likes things, cool. I've seen a lot of people take that, and they run with it, and they make up their own theories with it. That's fine. All more power to you. But for us personally, that's not our bag, baby. Yeah, it's just not our thing. When he likes stuff, it seems like he's just being nice a lot of the times. Yeah. But this one, I will say, it did kind of give me a moment where I text Shane, I'm like, well, he's either doing one of two things. He's either going to be at San Diego Comic-Con in some form or fashion. It's no guarantee it's the Snyder Cut in any way, but he could be there. Or he is trolling the shit out of somebody. Either us, the fans, or WB.
Yeah, definitely could be. So my personal sense of humor, I would actually love if he was just trolling somebody. If he's just there, just dicking around like, hey, I'm gonna book a room in San Diego. I'd be like, oh, all right, touche, Zach, touche.
The fact that he's in a hotel is bigger press than all of Hall H's panel.
Everything, yeah. Like that's what people are talking about. They're like, holy shit, it might happen. I don't know if people have heard this, but Hall H on Saturday, it'll be 10:30. That's when the important information is supposed to come out. On the Comic-Con website, it says, get a first look at the studio's highly anticipated future releases, films, and special panelists to be announced. So that's kind of what we're waiting for. The title of it is Warner Brothers Theatrical. Who knows, at this point. I mean, when Matt and I were going back and forth, I said he could be there as a producer. He could be there to announce Man of Steel 2. He could be there to, just show support. It could be for the Snyder Cut, or he could be there to piss on the WB logo. Who fucking knows at this point? And that's what's funny, and what Matt and I were kind of enjoying and having our little jollies about was that they're running with this like, oh my gosh, is it true? And I respect Snyder, and I'm laughing at the fact that he's just keeping this going. No matter what it is, he's keeping it going. Hey, look, I'm kicking a can into a trash can. I'm building a fucking sand sculpture, and whatever it is. So it's cool to talk about, to speculate. We all hope for the best. We all hope that it is for the Snyder Cut. But we'll see. It would be cool if he's a part of something.
Yeah, in some form or fashion. The only thing is, if he's a producer, it's kind of hard to think that he would be there, because if WB has no plans for the Snyder Cut, as so many experts have said, then I don't think WB necessarily would want him there as a distraction. That's kind of always why I felt like they didn't have Joss Whedon or him on press for Justice League, because it could just be just a distraction. I mean, because if he just walks out there as a producer, it's going to be worse than Chappelle used to do a stand-up comedy and everybody would just yell, "It's Rick James, bitch!" Like, that's all he ever got yelled at all the time. And you know there would just be an uproar of people probably yelling Snyder Cut or something.
It's already started. It is already, like, it would not surprise me if he doesn't show up at all. And this is what part of the fun is, you know, right? That is the speculation and it's trying to figure out what the fuck he's doing. Is he trolling us? But it would not surprise me at all if he doesn't show up. He's not really there. He actually is just on vacation. He's trolling us or whatever. And people are already like, holy shit, Snyder's there. And they're chanting Snyder Cut, Snyder, you know, whatever. The whole panel on Saturday could be devoted to almost nothing but DC. And I feel like the people who are going there are the hardcore fans of what they have produced so far. If for whatever reason are still sticking around, as Matt and I are, just waiting, and those people who are going to show up they want answers, and they could totally distract from it. So good on him for at least doing whatever it is he's doing, and you know, I guess we'll wait and see.
I hope that it doesn't detract too much away from the DC panel. If nothing happens, for instance, I really hope that we can all appreciate whatever we see for Shazam, Aquaman, Wonder Woman 84. I hope that doesn't detract from it too much. One thing though, if Snyder doesn't show up at San Diego Comic-Con in any fashion, I'm starting to wonder how many people will stick around. And I don't want people to get discouraged if nothing happens. If nothing happens on Saturday, or anything at all during the weekend of San Diego Comic-Con, I'm just hoping people don't get discouraged or somehow get frustrated with Snyder in general. Because I don't want people to get angry like, oh, he's just misleading us, he's just twisting things and stuff like that. I'm like, no, that's on us as fans. We're twisting what he's doing, and we're interpreting it in our own way.
Yep.
He just wants to put out storyboards for his movie that he knows didn't get made. That's just him doing that, you know. That's not him trying to say that, oh, I'm working on this cut. So I just hope people don't get discouraged, and I hope if nothing happens, I'm just saying if in case nothing happens, I just hope everybody sticks to their guns and continues the fight for the most part, and keep it peaceful, keep it reasonable. We don't need attacks on people. We don't need anything like that. And hopefully this all turns out well. I don't want to see... what is that shit like after fucking a soccer game, people burning shit down and stuff? Yeah,
exactly. I think that's the most important thing is don't get discouraged. Let's enjoy and appreciate, as Matt said, what is supposed to come out, what we are going to get with Shazam and Aquaman and Wonder Woman. And, you know, let's appreciate that. And these things take time. In the short attention span era that we live in, you have to keep in mind these things take time. I actually have a coworker who is a big fan of the show Lucifer. And it's funny how there's like some parallels in that. So if no one's heard, Fox canceled a shit ton of shows. Gotham actually was one of them. I believe Gotham has a chance to finish its last season. And Lucifer was one of them. And in talking to my coworker, I found out that there's a lot of similarities. And Lucifer is obviously just a TV show. So there's a lot more, there's backstory and things that go into a movie. There's a lot more detail, a lot more money invested in a movie than there is for a TV show, but a lot of very similar things. And that was what the group of fans was trying to maintain was, hey, this stuff takes time. It's not going to be within 2 weeks that all of a sudden the show gets picked up on a different channel. It took, I could be wrong on this, but it took roughly about 9 months, 6 to 9 months, I want to say. And finally, Netflix picked it up, and now it's set to start filming again and then be released next year. So these things take time. That's very small scale, in my opinion, of what is being dealt with on the Warner Brothers side and with the Snyder Cut. But the important thing, and the thing that I took from that, and I thought was pretty cool and motivating, is that the fans of that show kept pushing and staying positive, interacting with the actors, you know, as we're doing with Snyder and Jay Oliva, who is real close tied in with, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're staying positive. They're not knocking on each other or giving up, pretty much, not losing hope. And I think that's the important thing, and great point by Matt, that we just continue to stay positive, continue to push through. This doesn't mean the end of the world if nothing gets announced at Comic-Con.
And that's definitely the most important thing. Don't get discouraged if nothing gets announced. If something gets announced, well, then we will definitely burn some shit down. But it's not. Are all our copies of Justice League, even though I don't have a copy. So everybody, stick positive. I just want to point this out so we don't get anything in the comments. Yes, I did notice, we both did notice, that Aisha Taylor did like somebody's tweet about will there be anything about the Snyder Cut at San Diego Comic-Con, and she liked the post. I understand, I saw that too, and a lot of people are gung-ho on that one for the most part. But again, we're not too much into the liking thing. I just think some people are polite, and maybe she doesn't know anything, and she just wants
that to happen.
Yeah, maybe she just wants that to happen. Maybe she may not know the whole slate.
As Matt and I have talked about in the past, Zack Snyder has liked posts that include our videos. We really don't think that he's watching our videos. That'd be awesome. It's cool to think about. Really don't think that's the case. He's just being nice. She could be doing the same thing. So we try not to jump to these conclusions of, holy shit, that it's true, holy shit, you know, and kind of go on this huge tirade. Or try to take a step back and go, okay, let's wait and see. And it's cool, really awesome that he's there. Really makes you think, as Matt said earlier. I can't remember the exact text that he sent to me, but basically like that now he's starting to buy into it. And my response was, holy shit. Like, okay, now...
Yeah, I think I said something to believe. Like, I might start... I'm
to
actually
believe,
on the edge now. To believe, yeah.
And in quotes, I think, or something. Yeah. And I just said, holy shit. Like, okay, we're a step closer. So we're getting there.
We're 15 minutes away.
Yeah.
To be precise.
Exactly. So still doesn't...
Somebody did a Google Maps thing. Like, they're trying to... I think it's a Snyder Maps. I think what they're doing, they're planning his path so they can, and someone had an outline and shit. So it was pretty funny.
Oh, man. That's awesome.
Man, I can't tell you how many times I've seen this little video here for the Hotel Del Coronado on my computer. It keeps going by. I see a woman get a massage, some kids running to the beach, a lot of sunsets. Place looks nice. So hopefully, hopefully he's having a good time. Hopefully, his kids don't fuck up his sandcastle anymore. But this place looks really fucking nice. Too bad it's more than my house.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we're good.
In case I don't see you.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. You're one of very few to make it to the end.
Yes, thank you very much.
Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to Comic Movie Marks Podcast and hit the notification bell. All these fucking YouTube channels say this shit, so I'm going to say it now.
Yes, it's perfect. And if you want to hear our full podcast, you can check out our podcast on iTunes or any other podcast subscription service.
Make sure you subscribe. Thanks again.